Sasquatch. Let's get controversial. I also this year had a tremendously successful something I dreamed about happening. No, it's not the new footage. It's actually literally I wanted to be able to take people up to radium, show people where radium are, and then I wanted to know that the training that I do with people and the training that I do on expeditions is I go out and I connect people to nature. I watch them, I help them grow, and I nurture their expansion and connection to nature and to Sasquatch, and then I let them find their own way. So that's really what I work very hard to do. And this year, three people that I have trained and have become colleagues. I'm not going to mention them. Kyle, Craig, and Ashley all went out on their own without me, and I witnessed a Sasquatch. So I'm really proud of those guys. It's a big deal that it starts with three, right? And it wasn't one this year. It was three people went out, had incredible success, and to me, that was just absolutely stellar. No video footage this year. Just it was such a crazy year with all the COVID restrictions in Canada. I don't know if you know this, but there was the big Canada convoy and the protest that happened, and there was a lot of controversy at the borders, and all that stuff. It really did. The vast majority. I'm just stating facts. I'm not here to be Republican, Democrat, vaxxer, anti-vaxxer, none of that stuff. This is we're here to discuss Sasquatch, and all those other opinions are inconsequential. Other than that, I will tell you the vast majority of people that came out here, especially from the United States, about 70% of people that come out are from the United States, and the vast majority of them chose to not get vaccinated, and that choice was unacceptable in Canada. They wouldn't let them come across. We're talking about 70% of my people that come out and see me, and these expeditioners, the people that come out, I learned so much from them. I know I'm the guide. I know I'm the guy who takes people around, and it's it's very fun. People really enjoy their expeditions. I have a lot of experience. It's really fun to get out there with somebody like me because, man, I've been boots on the ground for a long time. There's a lot of history. Like I've spent 1,000 days out in that back country, and so much stuff has happened. There's so many lessons that the expeditioners and I go through, and so many great questions, and even bits of advice that I get from people. It's just such a wonderful experience. I'm literally like I'm addicted to this live show. I love doing this show for you guys. I was thinking about getting a little controversial today because this makes me laugh that Todd Standing is such a controversial guy. Because I just don't feel like I am. This is the controversy, guys. It stops and starts here. I filmed Bigfoot. Those are real Sasquatch videos, and you get all this crap going on, and all this, people, that truly don't believe. I think I could say the vast majority of people that see my footage just don't believe, and I understand that, but it is real. The Patterson footage is real. I don't know. There's so many videos out there circulating. A lot of them are really impressive to me. They're on my YouTube channel. I've talked about them, and I really think like I am also somebody. Let's be controversial. When I talked to John Bennegel's passed away. He's the PhD wildlife biologist that was in my documentary, and I did a tremendous amount of work with him. He became a real father figure in my life. Just a wonderful, wonderful, just father figure more than anything. Like we were colleagues. We had a friendship, but I really he tried not to get too close with me. It didn't really work because I just really bonded with him in wonderful ways because he was such a gentleman. Like I learned the term gentleman. Really, really learned what that term meant when I met John Benernagel. It was like he was just a broke. I've heard people explain to him they broke the mold when they made that man. Like literally, just an absolute gentleman, a wonderful, wonderful man, and his greatness, will it's just it was with him, and that's it, and I try so hard to emulate him and bring his great characteristics, learn from his triumphs and his mistakes, both, because they're both really important. I was a little sick last week, and I'm feeling much better. You can still hear it in my voice, but I'm going to talk today, and I just have a nice glass of water, answer lots of questions. I'd ask the mediators. There's a lot of mediators. Thank you all for coming on. Um, let's be sure that if there's tough questions, as long as there's no, I'll tell you, for those detractors that are out there watching the show, welcome. It does matter to me that you're open-minded enough to come and have a look at the show, and I do care. Um, I don't know if the word convince you. I don't know if it really shouldn't be. I shouldn't need to convince anybody. The DNA is out there, the evidence is out there. What Jimmy Chilcott did, what so many, the Patterson footage, Bob Gimlin, Jeff Meldrum, the stuff that these great and women, Autumn Williams, the stuff that these great men and women have done. I mean, the evidence is really profound. The knowledge of the Native people is profound, and that alone should really spike, at least at the very least, really spike your interest to there might be something going on here. And if I could take you the rest of the way, because the species commonly referred to as Bigfoot is absolutely legit and real. And what I tell people is, don't take my word for it. Come out with me and I will show you a Sasquatch, and I damn well do that. I do that. Like, get that down. There's no arguing it. Watch the episodes of Survivor Man. Watch my movie Discovering Bigfoot. I took Jeff Meldrum out and in 3 days showed him a Sasquatch. And I'm really, really at the point where, like, there's just such a nice process to all. So right now I'm also working with expeditioners, people that want to come out and cooperate with me and learn from me and see my perspectives, because I really, the discovery of Sasquatch is really about transparency. It's about, like, every person who can open up and really expose themselves and be transparent and connect to nature in beautiful ways, they'll make the discovery on their own. And I just want to help people on that journey. And that's making beautiful changes in humanity. In nature is the preservation of the world, literally. Like, through survival of the fittest is important. We've really lost that. And but just even more than that, just connecting with nature, the plants, the animals, the spirituality of the earth. Like, this is important stuff, guys, and we've really separated ourselves. And remember too that those of you who are freedom loving human beings who want to really be free and understand the concept of that, I got a shocker. Here's some a painful bit of news for you. If you're not wild, you're not free. What wild thing, what thing that wasn't wild was ever free? Freedom and wildness go together, and that's what the Sasquatch are, the ultimate wild being. They're completely wild. Nobody tells them about the land that they go on. Nobody, they don't pay any taxes. They get up when they want, they sleep what they want, they hunt where they want, they forage where they want. They're literally so free. It's ridiculous. And we need to learn even just from that. Those freedoms that are being taken away from us, the freedom to walk around barefoot, to go in the water and connect to nature, to forage and just be in nature and connect to the beautiful trees and the plants and the animals and learn to love that stuff and get back to that. It's such a beautiful thing, and I see it in so many people. I know there are zombies out there that just don't care about that stuff, and they're just so domesticated, and that's fine. That's fine. There's a lot of people that are just so incredibly domesticated. I feel like they're zombified. I don't really have any other nice way to say it. You're just so domesticated, so in love with the civilization and cement and glass and houses, and you're so disconnected to nature. I just don't think that's healthy. I've never looked at a person that was like that and went, oh, they're doing really well and they're better. I always see it as, I always go, man, are you really happy? Like, do you really know? And I'm doing experiments with people right now. They're like so powerfully domesticated and in touch with civilization. And I've taken expeditioners out this year, especially. You're going to see this experiment transpire over the next couple of years, especially, where like the ultimate domesticated human being who's powerful and wealthy and just, Los Angeles, California, and right up there with Kardashian stuff. And you know what I mean? Like, just so disconnected. And this person's coming out with me, and a very powerful human being. And I'm really excited to connect that human being with nature in beautiful ways and see the changes that I could make. So really important stuff. And this is this is what the Sasquatch want. So this is my journey. This is my goal with everything I do. I'm here today to answer your questions about Sasquatch and really help you connect to nature and to Sasquatch. It's all the same thing, guys. It's all connected. If you don't like nature, if you don't go out in the wilderness and have love and passion for it, or you can't learn that, then you can never have a connection with Sasquatch. It's like, you know, You gotta become a bullet to be fired in a gun. It's peas and carrots. There is no civilized person who's fully domesticated will ever go out there and have success with Sasquatch in any way. You can't hunt them. You just can't get near them because they're just gonna. You're just your domestication can't. You don't verse nature. That's one thing. That's one thing Survivor Man taught me. Let me tell you, this is really important. There's a show called Man versus Wild, and that show was very fake. It really bothered Survivor Man because it was so popular. It was completely fraudulent and fake. 100%. I saw the set myself. I was out there and I watched the fraudulentness of this whole show. And the premise started with man versus nature, and you don't verse nature. You are nature. You connect to nature. You embrace nature. You verse nature, and you're going to get your ass handed to you. Period. So it doesn't matter how powerful we think we get, how civilized we get. You don't verse nature, guys, because it'll kick your ass. It's tough. Nature's powerful. I have so much respect for it. It's a beautiful thing, but there's nature has teeth, and it's absolutely amazing. So let's see if we can get some questions here. Hello, hello, Gavin. Aloha from Hawaii again. It's so cool. I just love the way there's so many people from all over the world you'll see today. Jody, hi Todd. Jody from Cape Cod, Mass. Thank you so much for tuning in, Jody. I love having you here. Thanks for tuning in, Andy. Andy's got a great show that he did on the podcast, guys, and so does James. So I'm hoping that Jason can get on the show. Central Michigan, Bigfoot and Wildlife. I just love saying that. Nobody special, huh? You call yourself nobody special. What do you think about Sasquatch? Uh, what do you think they, as in the Sasquatch, say about you to each other? Do they find you dangerous at first by reading your vibes and demeanor? What an awesome question. I'll tell you something though about nobody special. That's what this person calls himself. You are special. That's a damn good question. I love that question. So, because I'm uh, when I first went to Nia Bay, probably 5 years ago, there's a really amazing native woman out there who's having incredible success with Sasquatch, and she's doing glyphs and stuff and communicating with. And for about this was about the third or fourth time I'd heard this. She said, "Well, when you come out to this area, I want to go ask the Sasquatch if it's okay that you come out there." So she literally took a picture of me and did a glyph, and then they moved the picture and glyphed back, and she said, "Oh my God, they so know you." And this group says, "Yes, we would like you." So there's two context to the answer to that question. So uh, what do you think they say about each other? Say about you to each other? Well, first of all, every Sasquatch is different. I know Sasquatch, even my stats are right across the board. If I go into Sasquatch habitat, 50% of the time, they don't want me there. So every troop is different, every tribe is different. Look at the example of the Native Americans and First Nations people. Some of them would scalp your ass and kill you. Other ones would embrace you and trade with you and were amazing. It's just it's a dog. You can go to a dog, some dogs will lick you to death, other ones will rip you apart. So you can never say Sasquatch are this. You can't stereotype these beings, even less so. So my answer is some embrace me, some don't, and but they know me. This is something that I'm very very clear about. I'll tell you how I know this. All the Sasquatch know Todd Standing. All the Sasquatch in the United States, probably the Yowies know me. I believe uh, a gentleman from Australia. He's in some of my videos. I don't believe. I just know the Yowie interacted with him, and then he was inspired to come out with me and learn. And now he's gone back to Australia to with a really good understanding of what happened and why the Yowie did that. And the Yowie inspired him to come out with me. People are inspired to come out with me. I believe, but well, it's not even a belief; it's a fact. People don't come out with me because they don't. Todd Standing, what the hell? What am I without Sasquatch? I don't do bears. I don't do wolves. I have a great understanding of those species, but there's way superior experts out there to that stuff. And all I am is a conduit to the discovery of Sasquatch. Without the Sasquatch, you know, what really is Todd Standing? So it's all about Sasquatch. People come to me for Sasquatch. They ask me advice about Sasquatch, and that's really who I ended up being. So, but they all know me, and the reason this was really profound to me. All the Sa- the reason I believe all the Sasquatch know me, and I've learned this, is so I had a connection with a native reserve in Montana, really close connection. And also I worked in Morley here in Canada, close to Calgary. That's another native reserve. So I got to know these people really well. I got a lot of connections with them. It was all about Sasquatch stuff. So I spent about 4 months where I didn't have any communication with them, and because I was doing media and podcasts and radio shows and television, newspapers, all that stuff. And so a really big story came out again about 4 months after I'd communicated with them. And as soon as the morning the story came out, what happened was a big photograph of Jake. It was in the National Post. It was in all these it was all over the world. It just went out, exploded. This incredible video still of Jake. And both of those tribes called me that day and said, "You have to tell us before you do something like that." And I went, "What are you talking about?" "Well, barns are getting torn down. The Sasquatch are losing their crap out there because they feel that energy that you put out there. And we weren't prepared for it. And we'd like to prepare for it next time. So the next time you do big media and you really push coverage, we really want you to let us know because the Sasquatch react to that." And I was like, "What the hell?" And both these reserves, they don't talk to each other, they don't know each other. They both called me and said that. And then I had a gentleman from Alaska do the same thing. I had a guy that's out in Ontario call me and say the same darn thing. Like they're all like, "Man, you got to tell me when that happens because the Sasquatch just," and you got to understand. So we're talking about the energy and the consciousness where people are walking around all over the world looking at this photo of Jake and it's causing a reaction to Sasquatch. It's opening up, it's breaking down a paradigm. It's opening up just like almost like a new portal of energy, and the Sasquatch feel that, and they know who took that photo, or it's not a photo, the video. They know where it came from, so they know me, and I've seen that evidence so many. I can go on with 10 different stories about it. I've seen it so much, so they really are like the stuff that I'm seeing. It's just outstanding, guys. It's mind-boggling the way it's really they're telepathically communicating with people. They're mind speaking. So many of the people, almost pretty much everybody I work with now. I'm literally talking, so I'm doing expeditions right now. I'm booking June expeditions this week, or this month. I'll be booking July expeditions in January, and then September, October, in February, just booking them all up. So I'm doing that. DiscoveringBigfoot.org is my website. You want to send those emails out there quick, because this is really the time to get to me. But yeah, they just know. Gosh, I feel like I'm going through these emails and reading stuff, and I got a picture up on the wall there of Jake. That's a photograph of Jake up over here. I just like that one. It resonates nice with me. Or it's a video still of Jake. It's special to me for certain reasons because I have that view in mind, and I feel like they lead me. I feel like they guide me, and I embrace that. So I'm really going down this path, guys, of just remote viewing is real. Telepathy is real. It's absolutely real. It's science. Like universities have been teaching this for so long. It's an absolute truth. It exists. And I can sit down with anybody. I can take on anybody and in 5 minutes prove they're telepathic. Stereoscopic telepathic. I've sat down with the biggest hardcore skeptic jerk in the world over and over. And then I just go, "Okay, so your telepathy is not real?" "Okay." And I have a little conversation with him and I go, "Yeah, so you're telepathic, aren't you?" And he goes, "Oh, I guess I am." There's no other excuse for it. We we gotta stop zombifying. Gotta open up your mind. Gotta embrace it. There's some great teachings going on out there about opening up this third eye, cleaning your pineal gland. We talk about this a lot. This stuff is so important, guys. We literally have to awaken to go to the next level. And this is not, I'm not talking about some hokey, light and blah, 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 and walking around as a hippie. And these are facts. Let me tell you something. This is a fact. The day a human being, and human beings are getting this level, where they can just, people are starting to read you and get into your head, and like the remote viewing and telepathy, there are going to be human beings that are so powerful. You're going to walk into a room, one of these human beings will walk in a room, there's 40 people there, and they're going to go, "You're a firefighter, you're a nurse, you do construction, your name's Bob, your name's Doug, your name's Andy, you're married, you have 3 children." They're going to be telepaths that powerful. It's coming. Sure as corn chitlins in June. It's coming. I've seen telepaths that are amazing. And these people are going to run things. You can't lie to these people. These people are going to have clairvoyance. They're going to have special gifts with energy. Like this stuff is real. Dolphins do this stuff. Like we know these things exist. They're powerful human beings out there, and they're like we talk about X-Men and the next level. Those human beings are next level, and the Sasquatch have been there for hundreds of years, waiting for us to wake up for hundreds of years. So, and I see it so clearly. I work on it so hard because I want to open up my mind. And the discovery of Bigfoot is really just it's that awakening. That's how you discover a Bigfoot. That's everybody I'm teaching. I'm explaining to them, clear your mind, listen, telepathically communicate, expose yourself, pay attention, open up, and you'll discover them. You can't not discover them. I've broken so many paradigms this year. It's absolutely amazing what happened in the field this year with me and my communication with them, my mind speak with them. This is real stuff, guys. There's so much evidence to substantiate this. There's videos on my YouTube channel, Anna Bachman, what that woman was able to do in animal communicators like that. It's astonishing. Get your mind blown. So let's work towards that. So I'm going to really start kicking ass on these questions here now. Hello, Todd and family, Patrick in West Michigan. Hey, Andy Boom. Sorry, lovely Ashley is not here today. Everybody's saying hi because everybody's like, you guys are all familiar. It's so great, huh? We're turning into this really cool, like legit family. Like I'm finally gonna be able to do this. This is gonna be the first time I've ever done this. I need to tell you about this too. So when I first started working with Survivor Man, um, he's a celebrity. He's an icon, right? He does great things. And I saw this stranger just walk up to him when I was talking to him and just grab him and hug him. Go, I love you, Les. Like what you've done for me is so amazing. He looked her right back in the eyes and he said, I love you too. And I was like, whoa, you can't just go tell some stranger you don't know anything about that one. What do you mean you love her? And he goes, I love my fans. Love to support my fans. I love the way they support me, and 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 that's great. I'm not at that level where so comfortable with that, but I'd love doing the show, and I love you guys for all coming on board. Like I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, guys. So everybody's still saying hi because you guys are all like so connecting. That's so powerful. Hey Todd, good evening. I have sent you a few emails about Sasquatch activity on my property. Did you get them? Well, send them to bigfootencounter@gmail.com. I think I do. JW, that sounds familiar. I just right now I really need to. It's hard work getting these expeditions all in order. So I'm doing the expeditions. I'm finishing the documentary, and I'll get your stuff. Just be patient. You know what? Manifest me. So stay focused and keep that energy out there, and you'll get me. You'll get it. And it's not even me, JW. What about James is on here, right? James, put up an email address. Andy, put up an email address. These dudes, Kyle, go talk to Kyle. It's not even. Don't make this all about me, guys. Because I'll tell you something, JW. If you talk to Ashley or James or Andy or Kyle or I don't even know, like there's so many people, right? Go on the Discovering Bigfoot website. There's Jason and Logan and Keaton and Craig. I just go on all day. All these people that have been out in the field and bled with me. Stefan, Andy, Grace, Martin, any one of those guys. All of these expeditioners that I've worked with and that are just amazing friends now. You get to them and they have my freaking phone number. They give me a call. Hey Todd, this JW guy's cool. And maybe that's better. Maybe JW you mesh better with James or Andy or Kyle. Because man, all these people get to me. I talk to Kyle every week. I talk to James, all the time. Like these people have literally like Andy, man, Andy knows me. I talk to Andy on the phone and Andy is just like, man, he just knows me and he gets me. He listens to these shows. He's passionate about what he does. I'm so happy that he got to do that live show. And but we'll get to you. We'll get to you. And these people are great people. These people, I don't honestly just talk to any one of them. That's the whole point. Remember, I told you 3 people went out and saw a Sasquatch this year on their own, and I've got dozens of other people that are just out there doing such great things, and it just blows my mind the positivity and amazement. So many people out there, and it's all. I love that it's like this discovering Bigfoot cooperation. I was talking like I do love these guys. Like so many people like have really become like I'm gonna go have dinner with Darren. You know, I'm getting my meat from from James. I spend time at James's house. Ashley is coming in my life. She's just totally blown me away with all this. She's such an incredible woman, and this is the scary. You want to hear this? Like I really I owe it all to doing Sasquatch work. People that'll ask me, well, about the cons, about the haters and negativity, and how can I focus on that when I have these incredible friends of integrity, people that would just that stand up for me and just got my back in 50 different ways, like powerful icon human beings, where I just get so much support. I've never seen so much integrity in my life, and I've done great things. I played high level football. I played. I was a high end athlete, and I worked in nightclubs, and I've been a very social guy. I went to university. I really collaborated, and I never met so much integrity. Like my heroes came to me. Jeff Meldrum came to me. John Benino came to me. One day someone said, "Hey, you should go work with that Survivor Man guy." I punched in Les Stroud into my email. There were 3 emails from this amazing guy. So um, I've been able to attract these incredible individuals into my life, and I can't say enough good things about him. Like Jeff Meldrum just makes me have faith in this incredible world. He's such a great man. The more you learn about that guy, he's like quiet about it. He's a Boy Scout leader. He does all this volunteer work. He's so passionate. Like I had no idea. It's starting to come out now. He's starting to show who he really is because he just loves the subject and he wanted to be a hardcore science about it. But the truth is, he loves it. He's passionate about it, and it's amazing. And Bob Gimlin, and I just go on all day. All these incredible icons that I've been able to meet with, and they've inspired me, and I've inspired them. And it's been an incredible journey, guys. So all these people, I trust them all so much. Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife. Even I think the Discovering Bigfoot page is a good place to go. So a really good place. I'm not doing enough with my website like Andy does. So I'm just so man. I just got so much stuff on my plate, and I'm a full time dad, and I'm a dad first about anybody anything. So please join us and subscribe to Sylvanic Bigfoot channel, and that's my channel. Hit the subscribe icon if you like. I do put up videos weekly, and the podcast is going amazing. I'm really proud of Kyle. He's doing great work, and we're growing and expanding dramatically. So Fuzzy Tiger Cat, I remember seen you before. You should see the baby Sasquatch video. The nails are black like gorillas. It's so cute. Have you seen it? No. I think I saw something that was kind of weird looking. But can you go put it like literally, guys? The only thing I can think of is right now is go to bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Send it to me. Really, this is me, and I ask this so much. I'm not getting much feedback. JW is definitely in. I remember seeing his thing. He's definitely in the Bigfoot Encounter at gmail.com. It's a very Bigfoot Encounter at gmail.com. I need your email, guys. Like I need your help. And I'm sorry, I might not get to it for 2 or 3 months. Who cares? I'll get to it. Somebody will get to it. Like we're working these things. Be patient. Might take a little bit of time, but help us with that information. I'd love to get moving forward. David M says, what's going on with the courts and what's going on with wildlife and fisheries? Truth is, I want to go back to court, and I need to. The court thing really was, I got to explore and get it. I basically went into court with a knife and they pulled out guns. So I had to learn the lingo, had to learn what precedent was, had to learn what standing was. And I do mean not Todd standing. I mean there's a definition in court for what standing is. And I worked it all out, and then they did throw it out of court, but it was preposterous how they did it. It was unfair that they did it. And the worst of it is, this is what we're fishing, because court, this is like Supreme Court. This is a big deal. Supreme Court takes forever if it moves along. And Fish and Wildlife told me right straight, quietly pulled me aside. There's no point in you doing this. I went, why? He goes, because how old are you? I was like 43 at the time. He goes, this won't get to court till you're like 70. We're just going to do nothing but delay and postpone and delay. We're never going to let this go to court. And I knew that, you know, legal fees, and they'll bury you in paperwork and all this kind of crap. Because if I went to court, man, I can go to any province, most states in the US, and I'd have 1,000 people show up that have eyewitnessed a Sasquatch. Men and women of the most incredible integrity. Never mind the DNA, never mind Jeff Meldrum, never mind Jimmy Chilcott and the fingerprint and the footprint evidence. It's just mind boggling. The DNA. Like, come on, shut the front door. The species is so proven to be existing. It's really, I'll use the word, it's preposterous that there's not more going on with it. It's really freaking preposterous. And I think a lot of the problem is all the lying and hoaxing. I'm not talking about Bigfoot. I'm talking about the government's lies and the lies from the media and crap. Like it's so hard to believe them because they lie, and they get caught lying all the time. They lie, they cheat, and if we can't trust our own governments, how can we trust? Who knows what people are? And people lie all the time too. People are very deceitful. But I've been doing this since 2005, guys. That's when I got my Sasquatch footage. That's when I realized the species is real. How long is that? Like we're going on almost 20 years I've been doing this. I'm not going anywhere. This discovery is happening and we are growing. Get excited because it's time, man. The discovery's made. If I ever went to court, I would annihilate fish and wildlife. And again, the whole purpose of it, literally, I didn't want any money. I wanted to do what's called a 3-month ecological survey, where I take out two wildlife officers, myself, and a biased PhD like Ian Redmond or maybe Jeff Meldrum. I don't know. Somebody who's going to make sure that the truth is being told, that they're not dicking me around like there's a Sasquatch and a PhD sees it and they go, there was no Sasquatch there. And the PhD goes, you guys are liars. So in a 3-month, like I take people up for 1 week. I took Meldrum out for only 3 days and he saw a Sasquatch. I took Survivor Man out for only 3 days at a time. You saw the incredible success and then you filmed the top of the head of a Sasquatch in 3 freaking days. Give me 3 months. You don't, it'll be amazing. Fully funded, paid for. I'll come back and they'll have a whole book about Sasquatch and the reality of it. That's all I wanted because I know I can do that. Really understand that. Really let that sink in for a second, please. I take people out and I show them Sasquatch. It's what I do. I've been doing it for a long time and it's not going to stop. I'm getting better at it. Every year, I grow and change and learn. I'm moving in such amazing directions with all these amazing people. I take people out and show them a Sasquatch. Like that's the end of any conversation. Nobody can lock horns with me. I'm the heavyweight champion of the Bigfoot world, period. Humbly, I can say that because I have taken people out. Because I'm not saying here's my footage and that's over. No, I take people out and I show them a Sasquatch. I do it all the time. I did it 6 times this year and had tremendous success with live interactions. I've been blowing people's minds. So and what ends it all with truth and integrity and honor and everything that the Sasquatch represent legitimately is if what makes me invincible in the Sasquatch world, as you put it, or community, I don't know what to call it, is if I discover a Sasquatch, I win. If anybody else discovers a Sasquatch, I win. I mean, comes back with a body or just gets that evidence and puts it over the top, comes back, some person comes back with the sickest piece of footage you ever saw. They're going to go, man, it looks like Jake and Jane and Kubota and moves like all Todd Standing stuff. And they make the tree breaks and the traction, like he says, and all the rock knocking and all the things that he's been talking about is absolutely legit. They really do all that stuff. So I can't lose. All the discovery is happening. The species is real and I win or I win or I win. There's no way to lose on this. And it's going to get done. I remember John Bitternagel telling me once he hopes that this discovery happened in his lifetime, and I remember thinking, of course it will. And he was like, in his 70s, 72 probably, and he died, whatever 5 or 6 years after that, and it didn't happen in his lifetime. And it's heartbreaking. So I learned from him, and I stand on his great broad shoulders and Jeff Meldrum's shoulders and Survivor Man's shoulders and Native people's shoulders and all the mentors and amazing people I've worked with. And this discovery is moving forward, guys, and it's powerful. What's your take on the dog man? I get to ask. I don't know anything about the dog man. I've never seen any evidence of it that looks significant, and I just have no idea. I saw someone sent me a video about a dog man, and this incredible video. Probably a lot of you have seen it. Looks like this giant wolf is chasing these dogs around. I mean, it's just an absolutely enormous freaking wolf, and I can't see how that was faked because the dogs were like, probably 80 pounds to 140 pounds, and the wolf was like 4 times their size. It was giant. It was like half the size of a horse. So big, thick. And, I just thought wolf with gigantism or something. I'm sure that can happen. The Andre Giant of wolves. So that wasn't Dogman. So that seemed very authentic to me, or it was an excellent hoax or fake. But yeah, I've never seen any video or heard any story that convinced me at all. And I've been out there, guys. So not to say they don't exist, I just don't know. Legends of stuff don't really work for me. Sasquatch are real, and I'm not a paranormal researcher, even though maybe by definition Sasquatch is paranormal. I don't feel that way at all. I work with a real species. This is a real discovery. I don't need convincing. I see them in daylight. And good for you, Lou. So for those of you who are out here that don't need convincing, let's share information. Let's cooperate, right? So so I was mistaken when I said, let's do some convincing here. But I guess the truth is really most of us on here are, yeah, just out here cooperating. I see so many people on here that are just ring of truth, sound amazing. Like Royal Creations, I haven't seen him on today. Like Michigan Bigfoot, so many people. I sit here with Ashley when we do our live shows, and she just sits here and her just mind is blown by the genius that comes up and the amazing things and the spectacular information we get. So no new video of the cave Sasquatch. Oh, actually, there would be the new video is coming up, but I filmed it like I don't know, 3 years ago. But there will be new video this year. So I was wrong. I was mistaken. There'll be new video. It's just 3 years old. It's California Sasquatch. It's really good stuff. I'm really proud of it. So there's some pretty cool, dramatic stuff that happens in it. So just even I'll give you guys because I just love you guys and I'm so grateful that you watch the show. There's a scene where I'm like, there's a Sasquatch there. I'm zoomed in all the way I can, and you can see like a head of a Sasquatch, just like a shadowy head. And I zoom in, I'm like, man, I'm like, and I see him blink. It doesn't come off very well in camera because it's as far as my camera can zoom. It's still not quite close enough. But I go, who's ever done this? I literally put the camera over my shoulder like this, and I go, that's a Sasquatch. Let's go say hi. I literally turn the camera and I walk over that Sasquatch. He comes out of the tree and runs off. But I literally I'm face to face with the Sasquatch, and it really was a Sasquatch. And then I get footage of him taking an apple later, just kind of coming through the trees. Really nice footage. And one of the coolest things, I'm going to tell you guys lots of stuff that I'm sure you want to know, is I put the apple on the end of a tree. And when he came up to it, and this is a younger Sasquatch who's a little chubby and he limps. They call him the limping Sasquatch. And there's a whole story behind how he got injured and stuff. It's incredible in this area. But it's the way he grabs the apple. He grabs the apple like this. He doesn't reach in. Like I've experimented with it. I've taken people. I go, here, there's an object, just a ball. Just pick it up off. No human being doesn't grab it from the top, and the Sasquatch comes from underneath. And it was just, it was brilliant to me the way. And you see the hand come up and go underneath, and the way he pulls the apple off slowly. And he sneaks back down. And he moves off. He moves so fluidly and brilliantly, and it's a very exciting piece of footage. So lots more to tell than that. Lots more happening. But that's the big coup de grace on that thing. So can you post it? I know I'm interested. There you go, Andy. And just I think the Discovering Bigfoot Facebook page. So been quietly following your work for many, many years. Thank you for sharing it with us. You're so welcome. It's my pleasure, Michelle. I you, I feel like I have no right to hoard this information. I feel like it's my job. I'm a Sasquatch researcher. It's my job in this discovery process. Just get it out there and be transparent and share everything I can as much as I can. Please look up Bigfoot Odyssey, an episode with Mark from the Trail to Bigfoot. His testimony is totally mentally Alfred benefits him and Bigfoot. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that. Hello, all. Do you think the elder Sasquatch get gray and have gray or have hair loss the older they get? I've never seen hair loss that I could really put my finger on. Like Kubota has a bit of hair loss. I don't know that he wasn't born that way. Because I don't know. The first time I ever saw him, he had like a little bit of male pattern, male pattern baldness, just a little bit, not a lot. And Jeff recognized that because chimpanzees do male pattern baldness. But I'll tell you, gray man, oh yeah, oh yeah. I've seen the gray ones, even more than that, guys. The gray ones that I've seen, I mean, one of the best encounters I had was with I believe was an elder Sasquatch. He was really like salt and pepper. He was like gray with, like some of his hair was gray and some like really, really gray, and some of it was less gray. It was really blended in. But it wasn't just that, guys. I remember after seeing this Sasquatch, I was actually, I was working at the time at a mill, and I went into the mill and I noticed all the older men, they had the same pattern of slimmer legs. As you get older, thick in the body, thick in the belly, slimmer arms. That older, just when men are starting to get in like their 60s, a lot of guys, their legs get slender, their bodies stay big and large, ears are big, nose is big, because that keeps growing. I saw all those things just so similar to a human being. And it was so vividly, especially with that one. I had a good look at this guy. It was such an amazing encounter. I talk about it quite a bit because it was a tremendous learning lesson for me. But absolutely, yes, absolutely. And I've seen that a couple times since. So yeah, 100%. So like even that elder, he seemed really tall to me, and he seemed tall. So, but that wasn't really my focus. And the way he moved, he moved like he was older. Just everything was just so obvious to me. The way even like there's a Michigan Eagle Cam video that I believe is authentic because it's a younger Sasquatch. He's moving along like a kid. He's all like, yeah, he's bouncing along and he's moving inefficiently and he's kicking things. You only see them for a minute, but man, I've seen young Sasquatch. They move like they're young, like they're even in their trackways. I showed that to Kyle. There's in my documentary coming out. There's a New York scene where we track a Sasquatch, and I show how they knock the trees over that have fallen over. They knock the little branches off the top when they walk along that. Only Sasquatch do that, and how he's like playing and knocking it off, and how you feel when you do that, and it just there's a lot of likeness, but then again, I tell you guys, man, I have been so schooled by this 8-year-old Sasquatch that's probably getting us the most interactions. He has schooled me because I'm seeing like wisdom. Like he goes where the apples are, he doesn't take them. He's counterintuitive to everything. Like it really upset me that he wasn't taking the apples. He wasn't doing things. I predict this, he's gonna do this, and he would do the opposite of it. It was like he was showing me, even though I'm young, even though I'm just 8 or 9 years old, like a smaller Sasquatch with a smaller foot, he's just growing. I feel like the message was, I'm still your teacher, and you're still gonna learn from me. Don't think I'm some punk running around here crazy and gonna make mistakes and do something stupid. I am wise. I am not some animal who you put up apples for and just go after them with ferocity, like a bear would. It's not like that. I can say no to your apples. They're sweet and they're delicious and it's a wonderful gift. And you give them with good intentions, but I'm still not going to take them just to show you. And it was really, man, there was when I was with, it was with Andy and Ross on that expedition. And I heard that Sasquatch around and he went up to where the apples are and he made a big knocking sound and we all heard it. It was like so profound. Clearly a Sasquatch, clearly. And I was like, man, those apples are gone. They're taken. I was so stoked. And I went up there the next day and I sat my ass down and not one apple was taken. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And he left a track for us and, such a learning lesson, but, and it bothered me. It really, it made me upset because I was just like, I need to see patterns. I need to recognize patterns. And this guy being counterintuitive with me, how am I supposed to learn if he's not adhering to the patterns? And we put those apples up with such positivity. With like, it's such a gift that they take those apples from us because man, they take the apples and everything just goes crazy. The Sasquatch just interact. We get incredible sightings. It's wonderful, and to not have that was it really upset me. Really, really. Arthur Gonzalez, thank you so much for the donation. A little something to help you in your journey. Thank you so much, sir. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. This is my job. You can make a donation on discoveringbigfoot.org. Only if you can afford it. Only if this is something you're passionate about. There's Royal Creations. Hilarious. I just mentioned you a few minutes ago. Um, but yeah, I do this. This is my job, guys. I'm literally, that's it. I'm a Sasquatch researcher. I do films for Sasquatch. I do interviews for Sasquatch. I read and learn about primatology and anthropology for Sasquatch. My whole life's devotion, probably, I'm a dad and family and Sasquatch. And this discovery, this is what I'm talking about with expeditioners. This is the conversation this year with people that are coming out, is this is very personal. Very personal. It's very, we're gonna you go out with me, you're gonna learn all about me. I'm just gonna tell you everything. Like everything about my life. I'm just gonna be so darn transparent with you. And I want that to reciprocate. I want that to reflect. So, because that's what's required for success on an expedition. You can't be holding things in. You can't resist the flow of energy. You can't resist the flow of what you want to say and what you want to talk about. You just have to let it go and flow and just put all your feelings out there. And I'm really that guy. Man, I just open up so much. I want to answer all their questions. And like I get the dog man question a lot, and I say, dog man. But if people come on an expedition with me and they ask, like, why don't you put up game cameras? Why don't you do this? And I've answered those questions 100 times, but I don't mind with expeditioners because it's so darn personal, and it's so important that we just cut through all that red tape and really start getting to that next level as soon as possible. And because this discovery is extremely personal to me. This is my passion. I love the wilderness. I love doing this work so much. It's hard. It's challenging. It's the most challenging thing I've ever done. I'm so challenged to grow, to do the inner work. It's actually, I would say it's brutally challenging. Sorry, Ashley. So there's my paradigm. So, but it's I'm gonna get over that and just grow. Because remember, what you think about, what you focus on. If you think something's gonna be brutally hard, well, of course, that's what you get. It's gonna reflect. It's gonna be brutally hard. So, but it's hard because I'm ambitious and I want incredible success. I want just to blow this discovery right out of the water and do amazing. But at the same time, I can only grow so much. You have a plant and you grow it and you nurture it, and it only can grow so fast. So you have to, and I just have to respect that and really appreciate the growth that I've had. I want more, but I got to sit back and go, what an incredible year, man. The people I've met, the lessons that I've learned, it's actually staggering. And I'm being an ass by talking derogatory in any way. Uh, it was tough and it was struggles, and I broke a lot of paradigms and I grew so much. I think you could see that. People that know me, man, like someone like James who's on here today. Man, that guy's known me. He's seen the stuff I go through. He's like, and he's like, dude, you're just like a different human being with all the crap that you had to go through that was so personal, and a lot of destructive things happened in my life just personally with my children and a custody battle that was a freaking nightmare. But I grew from all that, and I've changed so much, and I had to go through that place to get here. I hear Eminem talk about that, another artist who's done incredible, like had immense incredible success, and kudos to him for that success and that power that he's been able to precipitate. And so I respect that, I admire that. And yeah, we need somebody like that in Sasquatch. We need somebody who can go on the Joe Rogan show, go on the big podcast, go on the news and say, don't take my word for it, come up with me and I'll show you Sasquatch. Imagine, guys, Joe Rogan's been talking about me, and he's mentioned me, and he's been, very derogatory about my work, which is fine, that's all good. Several times I actually did a private video about how he feels about my footage. He thinks it's fake as F, is what he says. That's fine. I go on the Joe Rogan show and he can say whatever he wants. But Joe Rogan is connected, and he's got beautiful things about him. I have a lot of respect for that guy, a lot. And I go out with him, and he decides to butt heads with me, and that's all cool. And he says my footage is fake as hell, and I go, okay, well, the end of the conversation is, let's go, man. He's a UFC commentator. He has admiration and respect. He helped build this incredible UFC, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And I'll just tell him, let's go step in the ring. My ring is out in the wilderness. Not to fight him, but to show him. Don't take my word for it. You think it's all fake? Come out in the wilderness with me, and I'll show him a Sasquatch. And I'll tell you, the best in the world will take him out, and it'll be the best time. Everything will be in a perfect spot, and he will see a Sasquatch. He is Joe Rogan. It's the Sasquatch. The reason I'm telling you this is when I took out Jeff Meldrum, the more important a person is that I take out, like how you're sitting there, I have expeditions going, what the hell? How come you saw a Sasquatch in 3 days? I've been out with you on 2 expeditions. I've had live interactions and all this amazing stuff and tracks and all the breaks, but I never saw one. It's literally because it was so important that happened. And the Sasquatch know it, guys. I have no doubt about it. It keeps happening. I went out with Survivor, man. Like I could just I literally, like after I left Nordeg, I was leaving Nordeg, I had tears in my eyes. Like, I can't believe you Sasquatch did that. They came all around, took apples, left tracks all over the place. They came right over and looked at him. They got within 10 yards of him, and he knew it. And he was only out there for 3 days. He went up to Radium. They couldn't take the apples fast enough. They're jumping all up, taking apples, calling to us and breaking. And like, it was unreal, spectacular. Watch the episode, guys. What happened? And there was more that happened than even in the episode that didn't get captured. But it's clearly he filmed the top of the head of a Sasquatch. Clearly. That's exactly what it is. I've proven that. There's some dumbasses out there, twits. They're telling me that was an apple falling, or saying stupid stuff. It's a bighorn sheep. That's the most preposterous, stupid crap I've ever heard. I'm sorry, that's stupid. You think it was an apple falling down? That head is like 8 inches wide. The apples were like 3 inches wide. And it goes up and comes down, and the whole tree shakes. There was no wind that night. What apple falls down by going up and then down? Like, it's such a stupid thing to say. And that's really what's going on out there. People are like, yeah, you didn't film a Sasquatch. Just one of the apples they put up fell down. Really? So an apple went down. You didn't film that. Came back up. Imagine doing an apple doing this. What did I just do? This is exactly what the Sasquatch head does. What just happened there? Are you seeing that? His head comes up and goes down. They have like 5 frames where it goes boop, 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 boop. How does an apple fall down to the tree that's shaped like the top of a head of a Sasquatch? Like, it's such a preposterous statement. What the hell are people thinking? That's why this discovery slows down. And I just learned, like, I'm having to defend myself against people going, why do you keep saying that's the top of the head of a Sasquatch? It's clearly an apple. And I go, WTF? Shut the front door. What idiot is saying stupid crap like that? And then if you talk to Survivor, man, I mean, he just shake his head and go, what the hell are you talking about? But he was out there. He was alone. The people that I take out there, like I took out Jason this year. I took out Logan and Craig. When I take people out there, let me really tell you something. I'm going to speak on behalf of these men. I haven't taken a woman up there yet. Ashley, oh no, I have taken a woman up there. I took Sonia Zohar up there. But I'll tell you something. I'll speak on their behalf. No human being is anywhere near there. Like, it's preposterous to think a human being would be up there. You're in the hello middle of nowhere. No human being has probably ever been up there. Literally, ever been up there. There's no sign of any human beings. You're in the damn middle of nowhere. You're up on cliffs and ledges. Like what happened with Jason and I saw a Sasquatch. The amazing being that they are, he went around. I think he was trying to get to the apples, and we were right in his way. He was looking at the apples. They tried to go around the cliffs. These cliffs are ridiculous. The mountain goats don't go over there. And we heard them climbing on the cliffs. Mountain goats, mountain lions, the best climbers in our ecology. And this is in pitch black. Well, it's moonlight, but he's over in the dark shadows of the moonlight. He's climbing around on the side of the mountain. No human beings are going to be over there. What the hell are you talking about? And left a big Sasquatch track on the ground. Like, these are the things that are happening out there. And again, just on behalf of these people, like, it's as stupid to say that's an apple as to say there's a person out there. It's just stupid. Like, you go out there and you'll see Jason in his videos that are coming up. I'm like, do you think there's a person out here? Just breaking in laughter. Like, it's bad enough to say that at my main base camp research site. People just like, are you kidding me? I've been asking that if you're watching my videos. I always ask that. Do you think a person's out here? And they just look at you like, what do you know? There's like one road over there. Nobody's coming in on that. And there's miles of, like, nobody's out here. Nobody has ever, as much as I've gotten, like, I get film crews that come out. I get some real dumbasses that are like sound guys. We're not dumbasses. We're very domesticated people. Sound guys and camera guys. I don't care about Bigfoot. They're just out there to get a paycheck and do their filming work. And then something happens. None of them have ever said, oh, there's a guy over there. Nobody's ever said that to me, ever. Like, it's ridiculous and preposterous. Literally, what's over there? Well, I'll walk you around and show you. It's Alaska, 700 miles is the next stop. So what's over there? Nothing. It's empty space. It's wilderness. Sasquatch are over there. So just ridiculous to say silly things like that. So just completely get that stuff out of your head. But this success is that legit. It's that real. It's that amazing. How many times, like, Ashley came out with me like 3 times this year. How many, like, she saw Sasquatch on her own. She saw Sasquatch with me once. Like, just incredible, immense success. The live interaction she's had, the stuff that's going on. Kyle and his encounter, and there's more stuff that Kyle and I have to talk about. Kyle's like, the Sasquatch that you saw, one of the same Sasquatch that I saw. Kyle went out there on his own and had that incredible encounter. It's absolutely mind-blowing, the success that we're generating, and we're just getting better. We're just growing and expanding. I'm so excited about it. Get excited, guys. It's an incredible discovery happening. Thank you, Arthur. Agreed. I do thank you for the donation. Mark, from the trail to Bigfoot, definitely went through something traumatic for sure. Cool. Tuning in from Palm Springs, California. Happy to be here. Hello, Todd and everyone. Hello, Monique. Thank you so much from Palm Springs. Was DNA from Sasquatch ever collected? Yes. So Adrienne Erickson, I don't care about Melvin Ketchum. She was a paid, hired DNA person who sent the tests out. She is of no value. Adrienne Erickson paid for it. He went and found people. The most important thing, he found people that had DNA. I have the DNA paperwork. that Adrian Erickson did alone. That was full genome. I did not full genome. I just did like there's a standard smaller test that I did from Paleo DNA, a very reputable company, and it came back as it's something that can't exist. It's some hominid that's off the scale, more hominid than human beings. So yes, the DNA is out there, and it was a news story, and it got picked up, and it was a news story of the week, and then people just brush it off. Oh, big deal, Sasquatch DNA. What are you gonna do? So, and Survivor Man talked about it in one of his episodes. Yeah, Todd collected DNA from here, and it came back as something unknown, a hominid, unknown hominid, right? And people went, cool. That's it. Like this is evidence, guys, where if you have any respect for law and justice, law and justice is you put someone in jail when it's beyond the law is it's beyond a reasonable doubt that you committed this crime, beyond any reasonable doubt. We have in this world of the discovery of Sasquatch, we've got 100 beyond a reasonable doubts. We've got the best experts in the world talking about dermal ridges, about fingerprints, about the morphology of the foot, the sightings. Like it just goes on and on and on, right from DNA to hands-on physical evidence that's absolutely, infinitely so beyond a reasonable doubt that I really think a lot of you that are here, and it's not my job to go watch Sasquatch Meet Science. Go look at what Jeff Meldrum's done. Like we are so beyond any reasonable doubt that this species exists. It's ridiculous. So I guess that's what can make it frustrating, right? So Miguel Sanchez from Roswell, cool. Boom, hey Todd, Sasquatch Research Family. What did James Pritchard, any word on Brock Lesnar? Oh yeah, you called out Joe Rogan. Any word? Yeah, I'm working on that stuff. I got lots of stuff. Uh, yeah, Brock Lesnar. I know how he was guided to hunting. Um, I don't know if I got to Brock Lesnar. So I just you know what though, guys? I really Joe Rogan is enormous, and I'm really gonna that's just gonna happen. I'm just gonna work it out. The guy's called me out, so it's just I just have to respond. The guy sent me emails all the way back. I actually just looked today. It was like 2015 that he sent me emails. That's how long ago he tried to get me on the show. And the response to those emails no longer exists. The person who was doing that isn't part of Joe Rogan's podcast anymore. So I was called out, and I just need to get that connection, and I will. I have amazing people in my life that'll help me get that connection, and then we'll do that. So what was the other thing that you're asking me about? Yeah, so Brock Lesnar is. I have no evidence or nothing that followed through with Brock Lesnar at all. But again, I took out a guy this year. It's going to come out in the videos. I can't really hide it much longer. I just took out an amazing, very, a man who's really connected and had incredible success with him. And that's going to really resonate once that comes out. So, and I don't want to talk about that at all. Just watch the YouTube channel. Eventually it'll come out, and I just have to take it step by step. RFO, yes, the DNA comes back as part unknown primate, part human. I'd love to see Brock Lesnar and Joe. Yeah, yeah, right. Well, I'm really interested. I'm actually mostly just attracted to Joe Rogan. I've had people that I really care about and I really trust in my life have gone out there and talked, uh, done some research on him, and then I did I did this. I am a UFC fan. I watched UFC right from the very first, right from the get go of it. I was part of the jiu-jitsu community when that happened, and the Gracies won the UFC. So, but Dan Severn and uh, oh my god, I forgot his name. Anyways, Dan the Beast Severn did a show with me called Toxic Masculinity. He's got another UFC champion, Don Fry. Don Fry and and Dan Severn, two former UFC heavyweight champions. I asked them about Joe Rogan. They both said, "Yeah, he is a good guy. Go do his show." So with all the resonation towards it, uh, it just seems like the right thing to do. I really trust those guys. So Mount St. Helens in Washington State. Todd, have you been to? No, I haven't been to Mount St. Helens area. No. Uh, I don't have like I know people that have been there that I really trust that say there's Sasquatch there. So and that really resonates with me. But beyond that, no, I haven't been boots on the ground there. Let them be happy, not for business. Well, and Colleen, you really need to understand. This is so important that you understand this. The Sasquatch come around me. I they are happy. They have fun with me. That's how I get them to interact. Right before Jeff Meldrum saw Sasquatch, I had him laughing out loud. I was telling him jokes, sitting by the fire, and that literally when you see the documentary, so Jeff is going, ha 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 ha, he's laughing, and then I hear a Sasquatch sound. So and that's when the documentary starts with so you kind of hear him going like just ending his laugh, and I go, that was a Sasquatch, and you hear the sound, and they're here, and I go, it's time, let's go get them to come out, let's go interact with them. This is what I've been waiting for my whole career of Sasquatch. There's a Sasquatch out there. He's calling to us. Let's go interact with him. And then Jeff Meldrum had his sighting. But my point is, they came to us. They always come to me. That's all I do now. Is I go out there. I hike people around so the Sasquatch can watch them, and then I mentor them on how to connect and how to feel comfortable and how to be happy. And if they can do that and connect and feel happy and wonderful, the Sasquatch will see that, and then the Sasquatch will choose to interact. So you can't complain at all about me harassing them or anything. That is absolutely preposterous. That makes absolutely no sense. You have no idea. You're not paying attention if you think that's what I'm doing. That has nothing to do with what I do. I do nothing of the sort now. If the Sasquatch don't come around, I get zero success. They must choose to come around. And that's the secret to my success right now. That's what's changed is be great. It's all, they're my masters and I'm the student. And when the student prepares himself, when the student is ready, the master will appear. That's precisely what's going on, bar none. So the people that are saying this stuff about me, like, oh, you're bothering them, no, they want it. They're calling to me. They I'm literally the student of the Sasquatch, these particular Sasquatch. And again, I think a good significant portion of the whole population of Sasquatch agrees with what I'm doing. Probably, if I was to pick a number, honestly, this is just from my heart, I think it's a good like 90% of them are agreeable. They want us to awaken. They want this discovery to happen through the awakening. If I know it's a lot to digest, and I've talked about it a lot, but it's that is the absolute truth. So just do one more question. What's up, Todd? Hi, Joe Dirt. I've seen you here before. Todd, Todd, do you go out into the woods armed? Right now in Canada, there's a whole lot of stuff going on with guns. It's really, really controversial. And I cannot touch on that subject because it's, man, what's going on right now? What's going on with guns in Canada? It's actually really scary. So they're trying to take hunters' guns away, for God's sake. So it's really, it's not cool. And I don't want to delve into that topic right now because it's very personal to me. Todd Standing without the boom is 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 what who Todd Standing makes of himself, period. Todd Standing without the boom. I think that's a criticism. It's okay. Thank you for your opinion. Todd Standing without the boom, so without the Sasquatch, is what and who Todd Standing makes himself out to be, period. Well, again, thank you for your perspective. It doesn't sound very positive. Hello, Todd. Greens from Houston, Texas. We have forest people. What a nice way to refer to them. Forest people. I love that. Forest people living in Sam Houston National Forest and the Anglo National Forest, not too far from us in the big city. Well, oh my God. This is from Sandblaster. Dude, go look at my videos. It's Logan and Keaton from Texas. Logan's been out with me multiple years, had tremendous success. I'm just so in admiration and respect for them. If you're getting this success, where is he? He is in Dallas, Fort Worth, which isn't probably going to be very far. If you're really getting good success, please listen to me very closely. And this goes out to Sandblaster. A nice picture of a gentleman there. Hello, Todd Green from Houston, Texas. Please, sir, write this down. Bigfootencounter@gmail.com. It's immensely important that you send me that. I can send people out to help you. I can send people out that are so well trained, so amazing. Logan is a Viking beast that comes off as a subtle, gentle man. He's a beast. He's tough as nails, like so tough. And Keaton's doing great. But I would love to have something going on in Texas and not far from the big city. That's fantastic. I can have somebody come out and substantiate that. I would love to make that happen. Bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Please, all of you. If you have something to say, I'd love to hear it. Hey, you know what else? Bigfootencounter@gmail.com and Bigfoot podcast, or just go to my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, go to the YouTube channel, look up a podcast, click on the link, send Kyle a link, send Kyle an email. He's got an email in his podcasts. We'd love to see you on a podcast, dude. Like, please, so many people come out and they say all these incredible things. The last guy came out and said I was lost in the forest with my sister when we were like when I was 8 and she was like 12, and the Sasquatch let us out. I'm like, please send me the email. He never did. So that's an incredible story. I want to hear about stuff like that. Like that's so mind-boggling, amazing. I want to put you on the podcast. I want to interview you. Like this is important stuff. We need to learn, guys, especially if you're telling the truth. If you're really telling the truth, Sandblaster, man, the Discovering Bigfoot process would absolutely love. Go on Discovering Bigfoot uh, page on Facebook. Do something, please. Don't be lazy. Get out there, start interacting with us. You'll find half a dozen people on that page that'll know how to connect you. Send me an email, man. Just it's so important. Please, guys, have the intestinal fortitude to reach out to us. I almost don't even want to hear about it. If you're just gonna, don't come on here and give me this little tidbit of information that's amazing and get me all excited and then leave me hanging, man. Don't tease me like that. This is important stuff. Like, if there's any truth to what you're saying in the Sam Houston National Forest and the Angelina National Forest, dude, that's a big deal. Really big deal. Please, let's grow. Let's start talking. I'm not getting enough emails. I'm really unimpressed with all the people that blow sunshine up my tush and then just leave me hanging. Hurts my heart, guys. I want this stuff. I need this stuff. I want to grow. I have all these people out there in the cooperation that would help you so much. Please, 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 please. Don't leave me hanging. So thank you so much for the show today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, it's the Christmas month. I really feel that Christmas spirit, and I'm loving the winter. I'm loving the snow up here in Canada. I'm a Northman. I'm very proud of it, and I so grateful for you guys. Hug. So grateful for the family that tuned in today. All you amazing people. I love doing this show so much. And I wish you all tremendous prosperity and abundance and immense success in all your endeavors, no matter what you do. Make the world a quality place by bringing that quality. Ask not what you can do for your country, but not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That goes right back to the land. Ask not what the planet can do for you. Ask what you can give back. Be stewards, connect, and just fall in love with this beautiful place, and let's work to make sure that this beautiful planet has an amazing future. That's why I get up every morning. That's why I bust my ass and work so hard for this discovery process. Until next time, I will be doing Wednesday. There will be the Saturday podcast with Kyle, and there will be a fantastic Sasquatch Sunday video. Tune in every Wednesday. It'll be like this all winter. I'm not doing expeditions. Thank you so much. Take care until next time.